One of the core functionalities of TaskCall is to allow you to make a digital representation of your system, your APIs, your servers, your databases, or your load balancers, and connect them to the applications that you use to monitor them, like Amazon CloudWatch, Datadog, or Sentry. So today we're going to see how you can create such a service. We're going to create a service called the Orders API. To do so, go to Configurations and Services. We're already on that page. And once you're on that page, click New Service. Give the service a name, give it a description, and then configure it. The first configuration determines who's going to handle incidents that occur on this service. We want the ops fatal escalation policy to handle incidents. So whoever is going to be on call for ops fatal at the time an incident occurs is the one who's going to start working on the incident, is the one who's going to get notified. The second configuration, retrigger acknowledged incidents and re-notify responders after a certain number of minutes. We're going to check this. What this does is if you acknowledge an incident, but you have not resolved it within a certain amount of time, which is 10 minutes over here, then the system will re-notify you again. This is extremely helpful when you have too many incidents happening at the same time. It's easy to lose track. So you certainly want to check this box and set the re-trigger notification time. The second configuration, which we're not going to check for now, allows you to tell the service to run a response set. A response set is a set of actions that can be taken all at once together to save you a lot of time. If you want, you can configure that so that the service will trigger it as soon as an incident occurs. This third one, which is allow similar incidents to be automatically grouped together, is very important, and we're going to check that for now. When too many alerts get generated from the same source, for example, Amazon CloudWatch is configured can be configured to send an alert every 5 minutes or so. And when too many of these get generated, it can be very interruptive. And so TaskCall knows that you're working on it, so it will automatically group them into one incident and not bother you. So you can focus on what is important. It reduces noise tremendously and is extremely helpful and is highly recommended. So we're going to go ahead and check that. And the next one is support hours. We're going to check that to show you what it does. So it allows you to handle determine how incidents how the alerts will be handled when you're not in support hours, when you're not in office hours. And you can watch our video on how to emulate your office hours separately to understand how this works. But it basically allows you to deprioritize incidents when you're not in office hours and then reprioritize them when you're back in support. So then you can handle them. Instead of being bothered when you're not in office hours. So we're not going to check this now. Because it's an orders API, we want to be notified as soon as it happens. So we're going to go ahead and create it. Once we've created it, then you go to the orders API service, then you go to the integrations tab, and then you can set up your integrations. Follow the documentations for the integrations that you need, but we're just going to go over what types of integrations are there. So the first type is obviously all the built-in integrations that we have. So you can choose from them and follow the documentation to set it up, or you can set up an email integration where TaskCall will mint TaskCall will mint an email specifically for you. And so when emails come to that email address, it will trigger an incident on this particular service. So you will only put the first part of the email, and then an email address will be generated for you with your subdomain. You can also choose a custom action. A custom action allows you to define a specific set of action that you can take on your server. And very securely through certain protocols and JSON payloads, and you define the action. And if you want, you can also set that up. In addition, you can also create incidents on your service through the incidents API using an API key if you want to. That would essentially combine the entire set of protocols in which you can create incidents or handle incidents from within TaskCall service. So that's all for now.